A Secret Service agent is in hot water after sending lewd texts and photos while not on the job, which is apparently still a crime. They're not allowed to do that, apparently. The agency confirmed the investigation of the unnamed agent following a report in the National Enquirer that he sent the text to a prominent Washington, D.C. staffer he met during a May 20th event co-hosted by Obama, that's Michelle Obama actually, and Elizabeth Dole for veteran caregivers. So he was working that event, and then later on, he sent these texts. According to the tabloid, he sent a text offering oral sex, as well as a lewd photograph of himself. The U.S. Secret Service is aware of these allegations right now. At this time, the individual has been placed on administrative leave pending further investigation. So, we already know, impressively, that generally, if you shoot an unarmed person in America, you will not be placed on leave.
Ha!
If you send a dick pic, you will. So, if you're going to pull a weapon out of your pocket, be careful which one you choose. The guy's not on the First Lady's detail, we find out, though, explaining the agent was posted outside the perimeter in an outer ring security post during the event. So, again, I don't understand why this is significant, but he wasn't working in close proximity to Michelle. His willingness to send naughty texts did not infect her, we find out. And then further, the official clarified that the phone communications between him and the woman happened while he was off duty, approximately 9 hours after the completion of the event. And so he sent these text messages that were very sexual and graphic in nature, including a picture which we have to assume is a sexual photograph of himself. We don't know for sure, but that seems reasonable. While he wasn't at the event, hours after the event, and he had not been in close proximity with the people headlining the event, does this seem like it should be a crime?
It does not seem. Well, I don't think they're treating it as a crime, but they are
not a crime,
treating
but
it as a fireable offense.
At least suspendable offense. I don't understand.
I mean, so I guess, is this the equivalent, John, of, let's say you work for Procter & Gamble?
Okay.
Okay. You work a security detail for some guy in Procter & Gamble. They have an event. Somebody from General Electric is at your event. Mm-hmm. This security guard meets them and then starts texting this person from this other company, dick pics and stuff that he met
while
at your
he
event.
was doing it?
I would say, hey, what the fuck are you doing? You know, I would fire him, I guess.
Yeah, you think so?
It's super tough. This is a tough one.
I've been wondering, so, I mean, we have our production meeting, and then we have hours where we're sort of thinking about the stories, prepping to do the stories, and I've been thinking about this the whole time, and I really don't know. I mean, look, it is obviously important that he met her at the event. If he was texting somebody that he'd met at, a Dave & Buster's,
then he's totally okay.
Then he's totally okay, and I guess you don't want the Secret Service members to be approaching women at the event. You don't want them to be creating an awkward environment, especially if this is like a charitable event or an honorary event, as it is in this case. But I don't think it was one of the elderly caregivers that he was like texting the photo to. Like, Jimmy was pretty persuasive there. If it was just a security guard, you wouldn't want them going up to people that work there. I understand that. But I don't know. It feels like we're so quick to take people's jobs away, as long as they're not a cop. We take their jobs away for almost anything at this point.
Yes, as long as they're not a cop.
Yeah, as long as they didn't shoot anybody.
I guess the question would become, I think this is where Jimmy's coming from. If he, while he's doing security or doing his job as a Secret Service agent during this event, if he approached the staffer, the unnamed staffer that they don't want to talk about, and then therefore was dicking around on the job. But again, after it was all said and done, the Secret Service did say, I think the quote was, he was on his toes or on the clock, or he was like, he wasn't distracted. So they are confirming that he wasn't just playing around and not doing his job, and also that he wasn't actually specifically a part of the security detail for the First Lady. He was on some outer perimeter. Yeah. And he was on the clock and doing his job well. That's what they're saying. Yeah. So maybe that eliminates the speculation that he's going and just, run around grabbing women's asses or something. I don't know what they thought he was doing, And number two, maybe this is someone that he started to date. I mean, is that against the rules as well, to date someone that's part of that's a staffer when you're working Secret Service? Who knows?
So that's my question. Like, who sends a dick pic to someone they're not already dating?
Everyone on OkCupid.
Oh, really?
From what I hear. Look, if he's doing this constantly, if he's talking to Malia and Sasha, yeah, okay, get that guy away from them or something. But at this point, it just seems like he's a creepy perv, maybe.
A prominent Washington, D.C. staffer. So that's where he made the mistake, right? That it was prominent. Yeah. So it's someone's, maybe a congressperson's chief of staff or a senator's chief of staff, So it's someone high up on the staff. It's not just an intern or a page or an assistant to an assistant. Yeah. It's somebody's chief of staff that this happened to, right?
I think that's probably what it is.
Okay.
And my final point that I want to make, I'm glad that JR brought this up, but the exact term that they used was that he was on his game. I think that they should have chosen a different phrase.